Good morning. Welcome to the Lexis Library Product Tour. My name is Tanya Jalab. I am your host this morning. With me is my co-host, Andrea Atkins. At the bottom of your screen, you would see the options of question and answers as well as chat. You're welcome to ask Andrea questions during the course of this session. At the end of the session, I will open up for further questions. Okay. So welcome to the Lexis Library homepage. Today I'm going to demonstrate to you how to conduct searches using the new predictive search template, as well as using our advanced search option with the Boolean operators. I will demonstrate how quick and easy it is to search and find relevant content. This session will cover the use of the general search. As mentioned, it will include the new predictive type ahead feature, which preempts your search results to simplify your search process. The advanced search option, which includes your Boolean operators, as well as how to apply filters to your existing search results to get the content that you require. At your home screen, you would find your table of content. To the left, you would find your general search option, as well as your advanced search option, including the Butterworth's legal citator. You would also find the different countries in which we publish content. Starting with your general search engine, as mentioned, this will include your predictive type ahead feature. And I'm going to use the example of retrenchment. As I type in the first 3 characters of my keyword, the predictive type ahead will automatically bring up suggested phrases, suggested documents, and suggested content types. Under the suggested phrases option, I have the options from income tax right down to notice retrenchment template. I'm going to select retrenchment process. And when I do that, the search is now conducted in the content that I'm subscribed to, and my results will now display. To the left of my screen would be your search filters. To the right of your screen would be the content type, indicating exactly where does your results stem from. Starting with the filtering of my results, I'm sitting currently with 500 results, and I would like to now filter down these results. I have the first option to place the order of this result in chronological order. This will now give me the most recent result in this category first. I can further type in another keyword and phrase. So this reduces my search results by typing in a particular phrase. So if I type in operational requirements and I click search, it's taking my existing results of retrenchment process and further narrowing it down now to operational requirements. My document type indicates to me exactly where my results come from. And as you could see, it comes through from case law, referencing material, and news updates. As I scroll further, I can click onto research area. And under the research area, I have your labor and employment, I have legal practice, and I can select exactly which area that I would like to now refine my search. Within brackets, you would see the number of results for that particular search category. As I can filter further, I have the cited signal. The cited signal now customizes my search results to the law reports option. It now shows me cases that are considered as good law, cases that have set precedent, and keeping with my retrenchment process search results, I've narrowed it down to operational requirements. And now I may want to look at this in terms of confirmed good law cases, cases that have set precedent. So I will simply select the box and click onto update. The order of my results have now changed, and now I'm looking at law report, good law, confirmed judgments. As I scroll through, I can now look at the referencing acts. The referencing acts will take you to those particular law reports that make reference to a section in the Act. So if I select now section 189, it tells me that there's 67 judgments that make reference to retrenchment process, operational requirements, as well as that particular section in the Act. My publication titles indicate to me more in detail where my results stem from. You have the different countries, and by default, I'm looking at South African content, so the country of South Africa will now appear. I have the subject area, and under subject area, I can now further narrow down my existing results to specific subject areas. So if I looked at employment law, and I look at employment relationship, employee, and I may want to look at labor law and labor courts. And once I click on to update, I now have 20 search results that are relevant to my search query. As I scroll further down, I have the option of judge. So we've given you specific judges that have passed judgment on this particular area. Again, in brackets, indicating the number of judgments for that particular judge. Directly below that are my applied filters. So these are the filters that I have used. And if I want to deselect a filter, I simply click onto the X and I can go a step back. When you are at your home page, I'm going to go back. You also have the option to pre-select all countries. By default, it's in South Africa, as well as you have the option to pre-select using the pre-filter, which is allowing you to pre-select in specific content. I'm going to keep with the retrenchment example. And this time I'm going to now again use the predictive type ahead feature, and I'm going to look at the suggested documents. Once I click onto suggested documents, it gives me a list of documents relating to retrenchment on the right-hand side, indicating exactly where that document comes from. When I click onto retrenchment law in South Africa, the suggested document will take me directly into that particular document. And that document is avoiding or minimizing retrenchment. So you could see the chapter that is relevant. I now go a step back and I type in retrenchment again. This time, I will now use the suggested content types, and keeping with the search of retrenchment, on the right-hand side, it says my search will now be expanded into case law, precedents, or maybe referencing material. So suggested content types allows you to search within specific content. I'm going to choose the option of retrenchment in terms of case law, and now my search has been conducted for me. As you can see, this comes from the law reports option, and content under document type, it indicates to me that this is from the case law and judgment option. Within the document itself, it's now highlighted the word retrenchment. My pre-filter option has now changed to case law. Should I wish to use the pre-filter in conjunction with the predictive type ahead feature, I would simply click onto the drop-down. I'm going to select a title. So I'm going to select LAWSA, and then I would click search. So again, I'm going to choose retrenchment. This time around, I'm choosing redundancy. So I've used the predictive type ahead. I've used the suggested phrase. As you can see, there's only one option that is available to you, and that is suggested phrase. I've selected retrenchment redundancy, and my search has been conducted specifically in LAWSA because I've used the predictive type ahead option, and I've used the pre-filter option. And you can see under document type, my results stem through from LAWSA. Okay, I'm going to now remove my search results. I'm going to place it under all content. We're now going to move over to the advanced search option. The advanced search option also allows you to search in the simplest possible way. It's very intuitive, and it allows you various templates in which you can conduct your searches. In the advanced search option, you have the all content, you have the case law, legislation, and government gazettes. Now, within the search templates, you would find that the Boolean operators are already installed in these fields. Under the all content options, I'm now searching holistically in the content that I'm subscribed to. The Boolean operators are installed as mentioned. The first option is all these words. So I can type in the keywords and phrases that I require. Under not containing any of these words, once I type in the keyword and phrase, it'll exclude that word from my search. one or more, meaning either or. This exact phrase will find the word as an exact phrase of a word next to each other. And then containing words near each other using a proximity phrase, I can now find a particular keyword or phrase near 5, 10, 15, 20, or 25 words of each other. Again, I can use one field or I could use all fields combined. For example, I'm going to use very simple search and I'm going to say, I am looking for unfair dismissal and I'm choosing this as an exact phrase. And I want to exclude the word strike from this option. And I type in my keywords, you notice I did not use the inverted commas because the Boolean operators are already installed. And once I click on to search, it tells me here, your phrase for unfair dismissal, but not including the word strike. And on the right-hand side, it indicates to me that my search results were conducted holistically in the content that I'm subscribed to. If I move further into the advanced search option, and this time I use the case law option. This is a really useful feature simply because if you are looking at case law and you may only have the one party, and you may also maybe remember the particular keywords or phrases that that law report deals with. This is a great way to start. So if I remember a case and I'm looking for Howard, and I don't remember the rest of the parties, but I also know that this case deals with vis major. So I would type in Howard, I would type in vis major, and on my right-hand side, I will now deselect. So I would now deselect the areas that I do not want to conduct a search within. And once I click onto search, my results will now display, providing me with one result, showing me that this is a case of Bailey versus Howard, and here is the case that deals with vis major. So you are combining the information when using the advanced search option. You could use a case name, a citation, a keyword in conjunction with the advanced search template with the Boolean operators pre-installed. The next area you have is the legislation search. Once again, very simple to use. I'm looking for a particular act and I'm looking for the act that relates to liability of directors. I could simply just type in my keywords. And if I know it's the Companies Act, I could type in Companies Act, and I may remember the section, and I can simply click onto search. And automatically, it now brings up the Companies Act for me, Section 77, that deals with liability of directors. As indicated, the words that I've typed in will now highlight in the document itself. You would find on the right-hand side of your legislation, you have the legal citator that's available to you, which will provide you with legislation judicially considered. So it'll provide you with case law that's applicable specifically to Section 77. The legal citator will be covered more in detail in another webinar, and all features relating to the legal citator will be covered in that webinar. And now I'm going to go a step back, and this time around, I'm going to use the advanced search option yet again, and I'm going to look for government gazettes. Again, if you don't have the gazette number or gazette title, you still can use the gazette option. Scroll down to the right-hand side, you have the option to enter in keywords and phrases. And I look at my keywords and I am looking at face masks, and maybe face masks to be worn within a 21-day period. And I click search. And as you can see here, the very first results start to talk about face masks to be worn for a 21-day period. I can click onto the show more icon, and it indicates to me that this government gazette is quite recent. It was in October 2020. The advanced search option, directly below that is the legal citator. The legal citator, as mentioned a little bit earlier on, allows you to find law reports, as well as finding case law that's relevant to specific legislation. You can conduct your searches here using the case law option. You can conduct your searches using the Act, regulations, rules, and subject. You can link up certain judgments to particular law reports, Alternatively, you can find legislation judicially considered in these search options. As mentioned, the legal citator features will be covered at another webinar at a later stage. Okay, I'm back at my home page. This brings me to the end of our demonstration of the search option and the filters in Lexis Library. From what I've shown you, it's clear that searching is easy to do on the system using our predictive type ahead function as well as our advanced search options. It's a seamless process, very intuitive search filters to reduce the number of results that you have. And if you need any assistance from us at LexisNexis, we will be able to assist you as we have various forms in which you can contact us. Thank you for attending. I hope the session has been informative to you and that you've enjoyed this product tour. I'm now going to open up for any questions that you may have. You could just kindly unmute yourself and then you can ask any questions. If there isn't any questions, thank you very much for attending. I will now close off the training. However, Andrea will remain for the next few minutes in the event that you need to ask anything on the chat. Tanya, we do have a question in the Q&A panel. Okay, let me have a look at it. Is each query charged by query or is there an annual fee? No. So you're not charged by query. The functions remain the same. So you would obviously, your products are subscription based. You will purchasing in terms of the different publications that you're purchasing in terms of the different platforms. Anything or any searches conducted on Lexis Library, there's no additional fee charged to it. Is there any other questions, Ibu? No, just raised hands.